Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to to come be doing this video for you like sooner than I thought it would be. This is the fifth and final video for my ThredUp 200-pound mystery box series. Thank you so much to everyone that took time to watch those 4 videos. I know they were a little long. There ended up being 340 items that I held up and showed you guys between those 4 videos. And I kind of made this challenge, goal, what have you, to myself that I would put this 5th video up once I recouped my initial investment of $500. So it was a lot of work, and we're just going to jump in. I'm going to talk a little bit. I'm going to show you how I was able to do that and just go through the numbers. But I will warn you, if you decide to take on a 200-pound mystery box, you need to prepare yourself. My house still, today, I got the box April 5th, and I made my first unhaul video April 6th. Well, that's when I recorded them all. So April the 6th, I got my first item from this box listed on April 9th and made my first sale on April 10th. So guys, it is April the 28th. So for 20 days, my living room still is covered in clothes. I mean, there's clothes everywhere. There's bins, there's boxes. It's organized chaos, but I caution you to have the room for such inventory if you're going to buy it. Now, at the end, I mean, we're going to go through all of this. Was it worth it? Heck yes. Would I do it again? Yes, but not for a long time, because it was a lot. Because remember, I am a part-time reseller while I am home full-time. My other job is from home. It was overwhelming. So if you've got a loft or a basement or somewhere to store it, go for it. And I would even do it again right now just because it was so exciting. But that's my overall take is it's amazing, but it's a lot, okay? I want to break down the numbers because I didn't do that for you. I ended up receiving 340 items. Now, just to hear that number might not sound like a lot, but I assure you, it's a lot. So I want to break down what that looked like. So I told you as I was going through these boxes, I was going to have a pile to donate, a pile to list, a small pile to keep because, hey, why not? And a pile for my buy, sell, trade stores. So when that was all said and done, out of my 340 items, I came up with 24 items to straight up donate. These were items that were like vintage and not in a good way. They had a hole, they had a stain that would not come out. Yeah, that stuff. 151 items I deemed buy, sell, trade. 160 items is how many items that I put in my pile to actually list. And I decided to keep 10 items. Now, those are my first general numbers. Now, I will tell you, this box was supposed to be items, the way they describe it is stock your brick and mortar store. These items should not have serious flaws. Now, of course, you've got to account, that's a lot of items. I expected there to be items with issues. But you guys, I had to stain treat 49 items. And the only reason I chose to stain treat an item was I deemed it worthy of, hey, this is a great brand. This is a great piece. I want to list this. Let me stain treat it. If it had a stain and it was just bleh, it went to the donate pile. So 17 of those 49 items, the stain did not come out, even after all of my tried and true methods. So I did list some items with stains. We'll go through that. Some of them sold. But I also did 3 trips to my buy, sell, trade stores over the course of this. How many days has it been? Today's the 28th. 23 days. It's been 23 days since I got the box in my house. So I did make 2 trips to Style Encore, 2 different ones because I just happened to be wherever, and 1 trip to Plato's Closet. Now, I did not tell you, my cost of goods was $1.47, which is fantastic for some of the pieces that I got. So that alone to me makes it worth it. I would say that here in Florida, my bins pricing, I can get a little bit better than that, but I would say on average across the board for resellers, $1.47 is pretty close to what you're gonna get at the bins. So I think while this box is a risk being $500, that's a lot of money to shell out for mystery. I've watched a lot of unboxings and I feel like it was worth it. So my first trip to Style Encore, now I will also tell you I'm in Florida. They will absolutely not take fall items, anything with long sleeves, none of that. So I have 2 full Rubbermaid totes in my garage that say buy, sell, trade from this box that will be going in the fall. So I'll be making money from this box well after, I mean, I'm already in the positive, which is why I'm doing this video. And then I've got another 2 bins full to list. And yes, I know I could list it all now, but I've got enough spring and summer stuff to list right now. So anyway, my first trip, they took 12 items and I only took 1 tub at a time. I ended up with 3 full tubs of what I considered spring summer, but I only wanted to take 1 at a time just because I feel like if they're rushed or overwhelmed, they aren't, I don't know. That's just what I did. So they took 12 items. They gave me $29.84, which seems like a little bit, but that was $2.49 per item. My items only cost $1.47 each, so I still profited on these items. What did I take to buy, sell, trade? Stuff that was not going to make me $10. Like that's kind of like what I wanted to make, stuff I wasn't excited about. Juniors, a lot of junior stuff. I went to Plato's Closet. They took 20 items. They gave me $57.35. And that was $2.87 per item, which I was thrilled with because Plato's Closet is where my juniors items, the crop top, like just the fast fashion, the things that they took were literally the things that came from like Shein and that kind of stuff. Style Encore number 3, they took 13 items. They gave me $35.60, which was $2.74 per item. So I did pretty great at buy, sell, trade. And I'll show you, this is how I was going through as I was taking stuff out, donate, buy, sell, trade. And I was like making check marks every time I tossed something in a bin. So it was a lot. I mean, that process it took me about 5 hours one day, but then just stuff was everywhere. So now I would like to show you, so I started a list right here. Now, most of my stuff is on, I have an actual inventory spreadsheet, but this was just for this video. And I kept track every day because when I hit 500, which was my initial investment, I wanted to be able to make this video. So you guys, 23 days, I have only listed 49 items from my 140 from this box. I have only sold 13 items, and those are the items I'm going to show you. I went to 3 buy, sell, trade stores, which were not out of my way from where I live. And what I did with my donate pile, you guys, I forgot to tell you this. So I put my box of donation items, all the items. So there was what did I tell you? 24. It ended up being more than 24, honestly, as I started pulling stuff to take pictures. I found a hole, guys, flawed items, really retro, not in a good way. A huge box full of items I put on Facebook Marketplace. I threw in some of my kids' stuff that wasn't worth listing, just random stuff, a couple pairs of shoes that were like, seen better days, but I washed them. Anyway, I sold the bundle, mixed sizes, extra small through 2X, $25 cash. And that's like equivalent to what I was getting at buy, sell, trade stores. So just a tip for you, if you buy from ThredUp a lot, keep a box. People will buy it. And that sold in like 2 days on Marketplace locally. Someone came to my house, picked it up, handed me $25. So don't just throw away stuff because it has stains or whatever. And the woman was very nice. And she said that she's going to donate those items. Someone's going on a mission trip and taking those clothing. I think she said Haiti or Jamaica. And those people would be happy to have anything with stains, and they know how to sew and all that stuff. So, all right, now I'm going to screen share you. So guys, just think about that for a minute. I've actually recouped $501.83. So I'm $1.83 over my initial investment. It's been 23 days. I've only listed 49 things. I've only sold 13 of those. I have about 100 more items to list. 3 more tubs to take to buy, sell, trade. I mean, this is crazy. So let's show you what I sold. Okay, we are going to go to Chrome. All right, here I am. This very first thing to sell were these Spanx leggings. They were new with tags. These sold less than 24 hours after I put them up. Now, I have on this spreadsheet my profits from each of these items, so less my $1.47 or what have you. I only have that I profited $17.53 on this item because it was part of a bundle, and it was just easier for me to split the total by how many items were in the bundle. So theoretically, I made more on this one item, but I like that it looks like I made less. You know what I mean? So technically, I probably made a little more. So Spanx sells, you guys. That was on Poshmark. Over on Mercari, all of these items sold so fast. I actually could have made this video 4 days ago, but this was a Torrid bra, and it was also new with tags. I profited $29.59. This, guys, this is something that I almost wasn't going to list. It's just a really boring Nike sports bra. The graphic was even cracking, but it was one of those things I don't even think, oh, it had no size tag. So that's why my buy sell trade wouldn't take it. So I'm like, let me just put it up on Mercari. Guys, I profited $6.07. So, you know, I wanted to get to this 500, so I was taking anything. All right, Spiritual Gangster. If you remember those unboxings, I got like 6 brand new with tags Spiritual Gangster items. Only one of them has sold so far, and I profited $29.59. Over back on Posh, these are Gold A jeans. I think I took an offer for 65. I don't know why it's not showing, I think. Anyway, I profited 58.53. These guys, I never, someone in the comments said that this was an amazing brand. I looked these up. They are still for sale at Bloomingdale's for $198. And I will say I'm new to women's clothing. You know, that's kind of why I'm doing all of these unboxings and ThredUp and all of that. I was never a fan of using stock photos, but look how, like, this was my photo. Like, how do you even photograph something like that? So I was grateful for the stock image. I profited $46.53. Now, I did have these listed at, I think, 95. You know, when my cost of goods is $1.47, I've kind of taken the tips from some of other resellers. Stop thinking about what it's worth to you and look at your cost of goods. I still, $46 profit on one item to sell it with, like, in 2 days, I was going to take it. This bra was so cool. It was a NYX bra, and it was like reversible. It was super cool. I loved learning about these items because I would go to the website and read all about it. So I profited $20.93. And then of course I added in my 3 resale trips. It was $87.19 and $35.60. All right, back over on Mercari. Guys, these are super old Lulu leggings. Like, I think they were from 2014 or something. The woman was so happy. She wrote me the sweetest message saying this is her favorite style. They're hard to find. So guys, just because something is older, list it. So this was her favorite style of pants, and she was happy to find one available. And so usually that means they're willing to pay a little bit more than they might be worth. So that was awesome. I had all of these items. I do use List Perfectly. And if you use Kidizen, I highly suggest you post everything to Kidizen first because it's a royal pain to go from any other platform to Kidizen. It takes forever for List Perfectly, the extension, to work. That app has a lot of glitches and stuff sometimes. So all of these things were listed first to Kidizen and then pushed off to Mercari and Posh. This is the only one I sold so far on Kidizen. It was these Express, guys. Another item that was, I almost threw in the donate box because if you look, it was missing the button. They still sold missing the button within 1 day of having them listed because, like I've said before, the Express editor, people know how they fit and they have a style that they like. And so I made $10.55 on these. All right, back over on Posh, another DIY item, you guys. This shirt, I even said right here, note, selling this as is DIY. The hook and eye, if you remember that video, the last one here, it was really, really loose. Like, it needed some sewing attention. Otherwise, it was still great, but there was a lot of solds for more than this. So I was happy to take a $40 offer. I made $32. These Hatch bras, oh my gosh, do you see 32 likes I got on this item on all platforms? They're still on the website for $48 a piece. This brand I'd never heard of, so a brand to look out for, absolutely. It is maternity clothing and bras and all kinds of stuff, nursing items, and they retail for a lot. And so I had these listed a little higher, I can't remember, but I finally was just tired of sending offers and people sending low balls, and I took a $60 offer because that still gave me a profit of $48. Over on Mercari, guys, this jacket had a little stain on it, or I don't know. It just wasn't cute. It's kind of oversized. It seemed really old. It's from Gap Factory, I think. I don't know. It just, what I didn't think it would sell, and it sold within 2 days. And I made $11.29. Spanx again. These leggings, they actually sold to someone who lives like 20 minutes from me. And so I made $17.60 on that, plus my Facebook sale on those 13 items. along with my $25 cash and along with my 3 trips to buy, sell, trade, brought me to $501.83. So that concludes the 5-part series. My gosh, so awesome. I do, in my inventory spreadsheet, I have all of my items as I'm listing them. It says ThredUp 200, so I'll be able to keep track over time. I'm still going to be listing these items come fall. I got a couple Christmas items, but so this is going to be the box that keeps on giving. Now, they are hard to come by. I would say I check the ThredUp website. I'm not going to tell you how many times a day because you'll think I'm a crazy person, but at least once a day. I have seen the 200-pound box available only one time since I purchased mine at the end of last month, and I received it on April the 5th. Now, the 100-pound box does come up often. I haven't seen such great reviews for the 100-pound. I don't know, maybe it's just the videos that I've seen, so I do think the 200-pound might have, maybe they put some better items in there. You will get items with flaws. It is a crapshoot, okay? I got a lot of brand new with tags items, but I say if you have $500 to risk it. I made $500 in 13 items. Now, maybe you don't have a buy, sell, trade store near you. I used Style Encore and Plato's Closet. I know there's one out west called Uptown Cheapskates, but I think a lot of places have Plato's and Style Encore. I think they're kind of related somehow. So thank you guys for watching. I am pleased. I was very overwhelmed and I wasn't sure if I had a lot of good items, but it's been a lot of research, a lot of learning, and my husband is kind of like, wow, there's a lot of clothes out here. So I've got some serious listing to do, and I want to do this again. I do. So it's kind of challenging me if I can get all of my inventory down to like 3 Rubbermaid giant tubs instead of maybe 7, then maybe I'll do this again. So, all right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll be back soon.